guys, and welcome back to Hellfest, Asylum. So Nuclear Blast just dropped a video today from the band Arrival of Autumn. And from the research I have done, they are a metalcore band. And a lot of metalheads tend to say, oh, metalcore, it's not real metal. And a lot of metalheads don't tend to like metalcore. But metalcore to me is heavy, it's brutal, and it still has that adrenaline rush that wants you to get up and headbang as heavy as fuck. So we're going to be reacting to the song Better Off Without by Arrival of Autumn. I never heard this band, and I surely never heard this song. It's my first time, because I was checking out my subscription section on YouTube, and then I saw this video popping up from Nuclear Blast, and I was intrigued by the name of the band and the thumbnail that I have seen, so I did a little bit of research to check out what kind of band they are, and since they're a metalcore band, I said, why not? Let's go ahead and react to this band to see what they are all about. I'm really not too much into metalcore, but metalcore, don't get me wrong, it is a badass genre in the metal community, because like I said, it's heavy and brutal, and it still gives you that adrenaline rush, but I don't know what I'm going to expect. But enough rambling, and let's get on to this video to see what this band entails. So let's go ahead right now. And let's check out Arrival of Autumn, Better Off Without. Now I understand why true metalheads don't associate themselves with liking metalcore music. Because a lot of metalcore bands, they're heavy. Don't get me wrong. The music is heavy. It's brutal. But then the vocals, they get heavy and very growling. And then at times, you have that normal emo singing. And a lot of metalheads don't tend to associate themselves with the emo part of the metalcore scene. Because a lot of metalcore music is heavy, it's brutal, then it goes into the emo clean vocals, and then back to the heavy and brutal with the growls, then back to emo again. And now I understand why a lot of true metalheads do not associate themselves with metalcore. Then you have other people that saying, oh, but metalcore is the same thing as hardcore metal. No, it's not. I've just found out the difference between metalcore and hardcore metal. It's not the same thing. Because if you listen to Hatebreed, which are a hardcore metal band, they don't have emo singing in their music. It's just pure heaviness and brutality. But when you listen to metalcore bands like this band, Arrival of Autumn, yeah, don't get me wrong, they weren't that bad of a band, but they could have been a little bit better. But they had a little bit of like growling and heavy and brutality. And then at times, they switch over to clean emo vocals. But don't get me wrong, there are bands like Ginger, who are also a metalcore band, and they don't have emo singing. It's amazing. But you cannot expect that from every single band to be just like Ginger just because the band is metalcore. It's like when you're listening to thrash metal, okay? You listen to Metallica and you listen to Megadeth. Is the thrash from Megadeth and Metallica the same as Slayer and Creator? No, but they're both associated as thrash metal. It's two different types of thrash metal. So the same thing applies to this when it comes to metalcore. There's two different types of metalcore. Like the one you just heard right now from Arrival of Autumn. And then you have the metalcore, like the one you hear from Ginger. And the one that comes from Ginger is the best metalcore ever. It's like a few months ago, I went to see a metalcore band called Revenge Season, which is the shirt that I'm wearing right now. They're a badass band. They keep it all heavy, brutality, and disaster. They don't have any clean emo vocals like this band did, which is what was a little bit disappointing coming from this band. Because I'm not too much in those emo clean vocals. It's not my sort of thing. And now I see the truth behind of why metalheads do not like to associate themselves too much with metalcore because of the clean emo vocals, which I kind of understand because I'm not into that kind of stuff either. But when it comes to the metalcore like Ginger, now that's a different story. But you gotta be careful which bands you listen to in the metalcore scene to really appreciate, because there are really good metalcore bands out there. Now all metalcore bands are gonna be like Arrival of Autumn that we just heard. But don't get me wrong, this was a good badass band. They had some chops. The music was heavy and brutal. I loved the music all the way. But the vocals and the style of singing, I give it a half and half. And this band, to me, it just gets an 8 out of 10. Because I wasn't really appreciating the clean emo vocals. Not my style. And I know a lot of people nowadays, they like a lot of deathcore, metalcore, and those type of bands that switch over to the emo clean vocals. And I'm not all about that. I want to keep my music heavy with the growls. And maybe the singing like Slayer and Creator to keep it brutal. That's my style. But the emo part is just not me. I'm not into that kind of crap. But yeah, that was my reaction to Arrival of Autumn. Better Off Without. It was a great song. Don't get me wrong. Could have been better. but the video was badass all the way. And again, if you're brand new to this channel, please do me that favor and subscribe, like, and click on that notification bell so that way you can be notified with everything I do right here on Hellfest Asylum. And I'll see you guys on my next video. And don't forget to go down to the description box and check out my second channel, Deadly Autopsy, where I do other metal related videos that are not music reactions. And as always, keep on rocking and bang your heads. I won't forget the